Hey, good morning to everybody. Happy Sunday. It's Daryl here. It is 6:30 a.m. here in Connecticut on the East Coast. And it's going to be a bit of a different video. Some people started asking questions about my recovery and stuff like that. And I wasn't going to make a video today. I was on Facebook and I was corresponding back and forth with some women I went to high school with on Facebook talking about my hip replacement surgery. I got the scar right here. They cut off the top of my femur. I had to take some serious painkillers. Of course, they cut off the top of the femur. If you guys Google, look on YouTube for how they do it, how they do a complete hip replacement. It's pretty brutal. And I was a little worried about taking the painkillers, but it turned out not to be an issue. I've had a lot of pain in my life, and I was able to get through it. And I just realized when I was when I was corresponding on Facebook this morning that I actually have leftover Oxycontins from 8 months ago. The surgery was on June 17th. Now here I am. I was a full-blown heroin, opiate addict and everything else, crack, cocaine, everything else. And I have these sitting right in my house every day. And the people I know kind of question me like, Archie, you're crazy. Why do you put that temptation in front of you? And I didn't know how to explain it. I thought of Ted Danson from Cheers. You know how he worked in a bar? I know that's just a sitcom and it's not real life, but he was an recovering alcoholic and he worked as a bartender. He owned a bar, a recovering alcoholic. And I feel so much in common with him. Let me try to explain it to you guys. I'll just quickly talk about, because I realize it's kind of interesting how this helps me having this here. Okay, every day, I'd have withdrawals, but every day I'd want to quit every single day. And this is how the fuse was lit. Before I bought any kind of drugs anywhere, any time of day, the fuse was always lit the same way. It was like, well, can I get this? If I wanted to, can I get this drug? Can I get high? Can I do this? How would I do it? And that's how the fuse would get lit. And then I'd start thinking, well, how would I get the money? Who would I go to? Who would I lie to? What would I sell? I didn't usually steal, but I would come pretty close to it. Pawning, fraud. And that's how it would start. It's like, well, I could do this. And it became a mission. And I didn't realize it back then. And in my head, I was telling myself, well, I could just, I'm just seeing if I could do it. It's a challenge. I just like a challenge. I could stop this process before I actually get to getting the drug. That's what I always told myself. In reality, the fuse was lit, and my anxiety and rush and inner enthusiasm to get that drug just increased with every little thought I had on how to do this. And I got closer to it. And it got to the point where it was irreversible. As soon as I started thinking the chain of how could I do this? Let's see. I could pawn my TV set. I've done it. I've done it hundreds of times. Pawn my TV set, my Xbox. I'll get it back some other day. I want to get, if I want to get high today. Seriously. And I get the money. Then I got to find a dealer. Got to find a good deal. And it becomes this mission of steps. And I didn't realize it at the time, but once that fuse was lit, right at the very beginning, it was that it always started with, well, geez, I wonder if I could, if I wanted to do it, how would I go about it? How would I get the money? Who would I call? And that's how it always started. Okay. They're right here. Now they're right there in front of me. There's no steps. There's no going to get the money. There's no bullshitting myself. It's right here. In 10 seconds, I could ruin my life. And I know that. In 10 seconds, I could turn my life into complete shit and probably end up dead in a couple months. There's a choice right there, right in front of me. No bullshit, no lying to myself. No pretending, well, I'll stop before I find it. Or me, I probably won't be able to get the money anyway, but I'll see if I can. It's a challenge. I got nothing else to do. I'm bored. I'll see if I can get some money. Maybe I'll spend it on something else, like food. I won't actually spend it on drugs. This is what I told myself every day. With this, nope, right there. It's right there. There's the choice. You want to ruin your life or not? No challenge. 100% accuracy right here, right now. It's not, believe me, it's not as tempting It's matter of fact, it's downright scary when I think about it. It's a big nope. No, thank you. I get goosebumps just talking about it right now. There's only a couple in there. There's only 2 in there. Theoretically, I don't know if I'd even get high from it. I don't know, and I don't really care. And you know, I don't even I forget they're there. I forgot they were there for months until I just had this conversation this morning on Facebook. But at first, you better remember. When I first had that operation, you better realize I thought about it constantly about those pills. You know, I came close. You know, when I had to take those pills after the surgery. So I made sure I didn't lying to yourself, I think, is probably the moral of this story. I would lie to myself constantly. And with this right here, there's no lying to myself. You know, there's no, well, maybe I'll stop before I get the money. Nope. It's right there. You want to ruin your life? Go for it. No ifs, ands, or buts. You know? And believe me, it's nowhere near as appealing when you look at it that way. You know, and if you're within, you know, if you've just been clean sober for 5 days, 10 days, no, I wouldn't recommend this at all, because you will start lying to yourself. You'll tell yourself, oh, I got pain. You know, you'll lie to yourself. Only after, I think it's more in staying clean for long term, you know, because I'm going to face these challenges constantly. And I don't even have to think about those challenges, because if I want it, it's right here. And if it's right here and I say no, then I'll say no when it's right there, or right there, or right there. You know, if I want it, no bullshit, no money, no nothing. It's right there. So when I get the opportunity somewhere else, I don't have to question it. Because if I want it, I don't have to go looking anywhere else for it. And it's a big no, I don't want it. Because it's going to ruin my life. It's going to kill me. And I don't want to die. Life is too good. Life is fan-freaking-tastic. So, if you guys have any more questions about being clean and sober, about recovery, I'd be glad to talk to you. It's something, it's one of the most important things in my life. All right, you guys have a good Sunday.